Hello everybody, I am Landa, aka Creative Mommy of Two, and welcome! Today we have another WIP&Chat. This is already part number 11, if I'm not mistaken. Actually, I believe it's 12. Either way, it's 11 or 12. I'm seriously so confused today, so I'm sorry. Can be that I'm not, as usual, not the most clear brain today. I had a rough day today. So yeah, let's go into that in a minute. But first, how are you all doing? I hope you had a good week. Had some good time inside or outside the house. Don't know what the weather is where you're from, so might be that it for you is better to stay indoors than to go into the garden or wherever. We didn't have the greatest weather. Actually, today it's quite good. It's like the weather where you can go outside without a jacket, so, or at least for us. I think it's around or near 20 degrees Celsius. So it's nice. But yeah. Last Saturday, the time went forward, and with two little kids, it's taking a little getting used to, and they don't quite get why, and yeah, it's been a rough day today. Good side, I can sleep in a little bit, but yeah, bad side, especially my daughter was a little bit grumpy today. Let's say it like that. I had the idea that it was more, well, saying no to her than anything else. So it's one of those days. And you're like, seriously, why do you have ears? You're not even using them. But yeah. So yeah, most of the weeks has been kind of usual, but as you might know if you watched the last week's WIP&Chat, you might know that we did last Tuesday, pre-celebrated, almost wanted to say, my son's first birthday with a cake smash. We don't have the pictures yet, so I can't show like the setting. But yeah, the photographer nailed it. She absolutely nailed it. Sadly, we actually wanted to have some of those kids' superhero capes, to hang for when he was in the bathtub, but sadly they didn't come in, and the backup plan also didn't work, so yeah. That's the only issue, but that was a thing that the photographer also had, like, bummer. We did order it like in January, like January 1st or something. 1st, 2nd, at least first week or something. So it's not that we were too late, but yeah. What I understand, they are like in the Netherlands from like, I believe half of January or February, but they didn't move at all. So probably the mailing service here lost them, so yeah. That's no fun. But sadly, we had to kind of manipulate the photos a little bit because, yeah, he wasn't quite knowing what to do with it. But apparently, she told me after, she forgot to mention that normally she's like be sure that you have done like a tiny smash before, or even like a cupcake with a little bit of whipped cream or something on top, so they know what to do with it. Because now he was sitting there, he thought it was fun at the beginning to at least dig in the cake, but he didn't put it in his mouth himself. Well, normally at home, no matter what you put in front of his nose, it's hands in and in his face. Like most kids. But yeah, that was the part that he was not happy about at all. But yeah, we could manipulate it a bit. So the photographer just kind of grabbed his feet and pushed them into the side of the cake. So at least there was a little bit on the bottom, and yeah, he tried to crawl over it, so that's at least something he did on his own. And for his face, she was like, just grab a bit and first try to just feed him a bit. Maybe if he tastes it, he's like, ah, I want more, and digs in. But sadly, he didn't. She was like, just grab a little bit of the frosting and kind of smear it over his face, so at least it's a little bit dirty. So like that, we kind of made it look like he had a good time, even though his face was in a constant expression of what's happening over here. Luckily her daughter was happy though. So that was a big plus. But even she was when she could join, even she was like, nope, ain't gonna happen. I kind of smashed her hand into the cake a little and she almost started crying like, my hands are dirty. Hopefully they don't take after their dad, because apparently as a little kid he was like, dirt, nope, ain't gonna happen. Hopefully in a little bit they will kind of be like me, because for me it was almost like the dirtier the better. But we'll see. And otherwise, it can also be a good thing if kids don't want to get dirty out of themselves. Because you can then say, when you don't want to let them do something, you can say like, hey, you're getting dirty from that, don't do that. And they just stop. But actually my daughter normally doesn't mind, but it probably bothered her that her hands were dirty. And then if she's in a whiny mood, you better prepare, because she is a little drama queen. That was the big downfall on that. But we also had some nice pictures of them, just the two of them together. Luckily our daughter now understands the concept of pictures, and she was cutely smiling. For once, not the smile like, smile, and then like a big smile, like you're like, yeah, a little bit less fake, please. Because most of the time she smiles like mouth a little open and then a big smile and then the eyes almost closed, like, yeah. That's not working, so yeah. But luckily she was having a cute smile. So I hope at least that part turns out good. Well, actually there was a part that our son quite enjoyed, so there at least need to be some fun pictures. Because, well, yeah, after a cake smash you need to have a bath. So there was like almost like a huge type of bowl that was filled with water where we can sit in. And that he really enjoyed. So he wasn't happy with me when I pulled him out of there, but I am not planning on letting him sit there for an hour, just for his entertainment. But he could play with his superhero rubber duckies in the, well, top I want to say, but it wasn't the top. he at least enjoyed himself, at least a little bit. Yeah, and after that they both got their bread and then went straight up to bed. Because they were tired. Yeah. After that it was almost a regular week. We did, however, need it to be a little bit of an expensive week because we needed to have a car seat for our son because, yeah, he really is grown out of his, well, his baby seat, I almost want to say. Like, I know the most people here call them just Maxi Cozy by the brand. But yeah, it's just the car seat for a newborn baby that you can, well, almost bring everywhere. That you can also put on top of a stroller and that stuff. You might know what I mean. So yeah, we needed to order that with a little bit of luck that it's here in a few days. And we also decided that it was kinda time for us to change out our vacuum. And you know you're getting old when you're excited about a vacuum. And you know you have kids when you can give your vacuum a name and you give them a name after a vacuum in a kids show. So yeah. Yeah, we have now again a robot, a Roomba. We have one for years now. The last one we had, the one we are using until today, was the iRobot 880. It was, at the time when we bought it, one of the few that wasn't like €1,000 that had the whatchamacallit, the rubber brushes underneath, and with, yeah, 2 cats, even at time 3. And my long hair, yeah, I needed it. We just wanted those rubber brushes and not those hair version because those would get stuck within days. And yeah, we had that thing for 5.5 years, so it has been through a good amount of cleaning. And it still isn't completely broke or something, but we also wanted to move it upstairs for as soon as we could finally put our son in our daughter's room when she has the attic as her room. So, well, yeah, that will take probably quite a while, but we wanted it for there so that it can get cleaned for like once a week because you can schedule whenever it needs to be cleaned. For down here, we scheduled it once a day because, especially with the kids, they can make a mess. And when we bought it, a husband was, well, yeah, most of the times away on the other side of the country. Now he has luckily a function that is closer to home, but yeah, we don't know until when. It can be like end of this year, it can be next year. If you're lucky, you can extend like a year more or something, but probably I expect him to go back next year somewhere. And with me needing to take care of the kids then almost full time because he's then gone from Monday till Friday. And even if he needs to go, well, do the exercises again and stuff, he can be gone for like weeks at end. And yeah, I don't want to be then like cleaning the whole day. And for the Roomba, you can just set it in. We have it at 11:30 in the morning. And if you're like, okay, it's too dirty, you just press a button and hit cleans again. Ooh, and there go my drills. So that makes it a lot easier. But at that time, yeah, as I said, the husband was almost only at home in the weekend. I worked, well, at least 20-25 hours a week. We had 2 cats. And yeah, I didn't want to spend a crazy amount of time to also vacuum the place. So they are kind of expensive, but if you want to get like a little bit more of a, well, I almost want to say like a bigger vacuum or something, like a Dyson. I know they can also go up to like thousands of euros. So, and we now had luck. I found now a store that we shop at more often online. We shopped at there before, but yeah, with whole pandemic stuff, it's more convenient. We actually wanted to wait until the stores open again, but now they had an extra 7 days sale, and the vacuum we got was, I believe, 30 or 40% off. So it was quite a big amount. So we're like, okay, we're just going to do it now, and then we have it. Can always see what else, but yeah, we just didn't want to wait because we didn't know when the shops will open again. Especially since the numbers are going up again here. So yeah, we'll see about that. But yeah, that came in today, and well, yeah, the new version of well, almost want to say obviously has an app today. So husband installed it, and he said like, hey, you can change the name. Let's call it Stuffy, after, as I often said before, our daughter loves the TV show Bing Bun. And the vacuum there, at least in Dutch, is called Stoffie, which kind of means dusty. Because, well, yeah, stof can, in Dutch, is one of those words with 2 meanings. It can either be a fabric, or it is a dust. So in this case, stoffie kind of means a dusty. At least I think. So yeah, we called it after that. Yeah, tomorrow it will run its first run, so let's hope it works good. And the other one just goes upstairs, and if this one for one or the other reason breaks down, we still have another one. Needless to say, we still have another one actually, but not a Roomba. We have one of those vacuum old things, but that's most of the times used for the basement because it gets really nasty there, and for when we need to drill a hole or something or the other. So that it basically it handles a lot like more like the building debris stuff. It's a bit more of a heavy duty thing. So yeah, bit of an expensive week, but it was overall kind of a good week. I also got to the use of the AliExpress sale, which is going on at the moment. And I decided to order me some magnets and some, well, beads slash resin things. One's like a kind of like an old school brooch type stuff. And I wanted to try at least to make some cover minders, because the papers I have on these diamond paintings sometimes get me in the way, and I want to have them. I want to have cover minders that are a little bit flatter. So I now have some like jewelry types with like the big rocks. You might have seen them already. Like almost like an old school brooch, that like the silver with a big gemstone in the middle. Those kind of things. Then I have some ladybugs. Those are resin, if I'm not mistaken, in all different colors. And I have some heart shapes. Also, I believe a little or a few small like rhinestones in them. So probably in a couple of months when they finally arrive, because well, yeah, it's AliExpress, it's not the quickest, especially not with a sale. But as soon as they arrive, I probably take a day off from diamond painting and make some cover minders. And once those are finished, I probably first of all show you on Facebook. So if you don't have me on Facebook, you can always find me there. I'll have the link in the description. Especially if you message me like, hey, I'm so and so and I saw you on YouTube, then I will accept your friend request. Otherwise, it can be that I look like, do we have similar friends or something, because some days the amount of friendship requests are just ridiculous. And I also don't want to have like 10,000 friends on Facebook just because they invited me. But if you shoot me a message, I'll definitely make sure to accept your friend request. But yeah, you probably will see them then there. And if you're not on Facebook and you don't have any interest on being so, you probably will see them in like a couple of months in my videos. For, yeah, where they're supposed to be to hold my cover paper back. I'm thinking of the word, like what the heck was the word? Brain fart. As I said before, not the sharpest mind today. So if I'm a bit extra rambly today, sorry. My mind isn't completely working. But yeah, let's see how long I am rambling already. 23 minutes. Okay. A bit longer as I thought. Well, I did also prepare something, so I'm not wanting to let it go to waste. Now, as it is Easter next weekend, I thought, you know what? I am just going to look up if I can find something about Easter. I did look up the origin of Easter, the Easter bunny and Easter eggs. Actually, I found out that Easter itself is almost like a mishmash of like many different influences, because it is coming from the Jewish, don't kill me if I pronounce it wrong, Pesach? I'm sorry, I have no Jewish, well, contacts want to say. I have no clue how you pronounce it. But it's the feast in which the Jewish people remember the leaving of Egypt, and so their freedom out of slavery. And it is, as far as I saw, a feast that is for 7 or 8 days. And then obviously long ago it got mixed up because according to the, oh, what's the word? Oh, seriously, I can't think of the translation. I just need to put it up somewhere here around if I remember it. We call it an evangelie. Probably something like brain fart. I believe something like the book parts of the Bible or something. Me and Faith aren't the best brain combi. Especially not at the moment. But it comes down to, according to that, the Last Supper of Jesus took place on a Seder night, and the beginning on the Pesach, the Jewish feast, and also his crucifixion, and the next day, and also the resurrection. All, well, 3 days after that, all took place, well, during that Jewish feast, and on that, probably in that way, the traditions kind of like got mixed together, or at least when to celebrate, and at least probably on that way, well, yeah, they kind of got mixed in together. And let's see how I have it here standing, because I just have it open on my laptop because my brain isn't good enough to remember it all. Especially not today. Yeah, and by time, well, the Christian people did focus more on the resurrection of Jesus, and they let the Jewish parts of the feast go by, I almost want to say. So like that, it became more like a Christianized feast. I'm sorry, I'm gonna open the door for the cats. Hold on for just a minute. Here, come. And then that annoying beast is running off. So yeah, as I was saying, it is apparently from that, and well, the rest also has some, what's the word, heathen backgrounds. I have here like the Easter eggs. Oh, come on, cat. I'm sorry, if you hear the cat scratching at the door, tough luck for her. I'm not going to open the door again, just for her to stand at the other side of the door like, no, I don't want this. I just thought it was fun to scratch at the door. But yeah, back to what I was saying. Otherwise, we're still here in 3 hours. Yeah, apparently when the Christianity spread through the centuries all across to Europe, Easter also got mixed in with, the traditional heathen, I don't know what the proper word is, but yeah, I believe heathen. Let's call it heathen for now, because otherwise my brain fries. But yeah, it got mixed up with the Christian version and it picked up some things along the way. As is with many holidays, how we celebrate them now. Apparently also the Easter egg and Easter egg hunts are coming from there. Because the conviction was that eggs symbolize fertility and the birth of spring. And among others, the Germanic holy symbol, holy tree called this, was it usually, let's see where it was, but it was usual to celebrate the arrival of spring by hanging eggs in a tree. There are more practical explanations for the starting of the Easter egg, I want to say. When, let's see how it is. The more likely, I almost want to say, is that when the fasting period started, it was prohibited to eat meat and dairy, and many people also thought that an egg was dairy, so they couldn't eat it. But yeah, as you might know, a chicken doesn't stop laying eggs just because you want to fast. So they needed to think something about that. And yeah, the end of the fast, they had such a big, overage, I want to say it, that the tradition occurred to eat hard-boiled eggs in Easter. So they obviously lasted longer. And with the Protestant upcoming in the 16th century, big parts of Europe it disappeared to have the tradition of fasting together. And that was how I was wanting to say it. Brain freeze, no, brain fart. Yeah, sorry. But as I was saying, like the start of the Protestant, the fasting kind of disappeared because people didn't do that all together. But especially the parents, or here it even says the German, didn't want to, kind of like rob their kids of the fun experience of the egg hunt. Or at least the eggs especially. They thought of the Easter Bunny. And the Easter Bunny, came and did hide the eggs on Easter Sunday. Let's see here. Yeah, probably the choice of choosing a bunny is also in, kind of a heathen savages, no, heathen I think is the word, background, because the hair, it's not much of an Easter bunny here, but it's an Easter hare. And that one is, since antiquity, the symbol of fertility and the beginning of spring. So yeah, just because people didn't want to have kids to not be able to enjoy the egg hunt. For at least the eggs, they thought about the Easter bunny so he could hide the eggs for them. So the parents still have a reason to, well, celebrate it. We actually, at least this year, don't do anything. Normally, at least the way we did it when I was a kid, we did go to my grandparents. We have 2 Easter days. One day was for my mother's parents and the other day for my dad's parents. And we had, well, the basic chocolate egg hunt. And then after that it was brunch. Nowadays with my parents we haven't done it yet. Because, well, last year it was not sure if we could do it and how, and the year before that our daughter was too small. How it is with my in-laws, they actually do the boiled eggs and they, yeah, hide them. Because most of the times we go in the afternoon, we and our sister-in-law and her son go there. And most of the times it's like 2 or 3 o'clock in the afternoon, and my parents-in-law have a garden that is kind of in the sun, so it wouldn't be smart to hide chocolate eggs. So after chocolate we have, most of the times, a box of hard-boiled eggs, everyone. And most of the time she also does like a little present, just something the kids enjoy. But yeah, we actually didn't do that when I grew up, like actual presents. We only had like the chocolate and that was it. But my in-laws don't do the chocolate, so. But how do you celebrate? Excuse me, how do you celebrate Easter? Do you have like certain traditions from your family, or are you just winging it, or are you even celebrating, or are you like, I don't want to celebrate? Oh, everybody its own. Let's see how long I'm rambling already. Yeah, 73 minutes. Oh, 73, seriously. Brain fart 37. But that's long enough because, yeah, you can see that my brain is fried for today. So I'm just going to not bother you longer because, yeah. Otherwise it won't end well. Yeah. Note to self. Don't record a WIP&Chat when your brain is so fried as it is today. I hope, even though it's a regular right old mess, you still enjoyed it. If you did, please give this video a thumbs up. It would really help me. It sounds silly, but it actually helps. And if you haven't already, please subscribe. That even means more to me because, well, yeah. A subscriber is always nice because that means that people want to listen to me ramble or see me unbox or whatever. If you have things you would like to know, if you'd like me to know, you can give me a comment down below. You can also, as I said before, I have Facebook, so you can also message me there, and you can also send me an email, which will also be linked down in the description box. So again, I hope you liked it. If you did, well, you know the drill. And I hope to see you next time. Hopefully with a lot less rambling. Bye guys.